UK factories saw domestic and export demand strengthen in the third quarter and expect to accelerate hiring in the next 3 months, while measures of UK manufacturers' export sales and orders rose to the highest since the fourth quarter of 2010. Angela McGowan, Chief Economist with Danske Bank in Belfast, joins me on the line now. Angela, we've already seen the UK's economy starting to grow again, but were you expecting such positive data?
Yes, we were actually, and we are quite bullish now in the UK, and we've certainly revised up our own forecasts for 2013. We've revised those up from initially about 4 months. If you'd been talking to me 4 months ago, we would have said 0.7. Now we're staying about 1.3% growth this year. So we've seen this stream of constant positive economic news in terms of business confidence, consumer confidence. We've seen retail spending, CBI reported on that. And then so this latest manufacturing results from the Chamber of Commerce survey for quarter three. So it didn't come as a surprise, really. We've seen so much other positive news. And really, I think it's probably been driven up by the fact that businesses are more confident in 2013. And that said, I suppose we have to caveat that as what is quarter four going to be like unless the US sorts out the political wrangling that it has at the moment in Washington. So far, so good. It hasn't had a big impact on the UK, but we'll wait and see.
You mentioned confidence there, Angela, but what other factors have contributed to the UK's continued upturn?
Well, I think probably we've seen some of the other softer surveys start to tick up. Some of the PMI indices for manufacturing and for services in quarter two were quite positive. As I say, retail sales as well. And also, I suppose, the fact that, the Eurozone came out of recession in quarter two. They had 0.3% growth. For manufacturing in particular, about 45% of UK exports go to Europe. So again, that helps confidence when they see them maybe starting to turn a corner.
Angela, some have said that the UK is on track to become the largest economy in Europe and could potentially overtake Germany, which is by far the biggest right now. The UK economy is growing, but do you think that this is possible?
I know I am bullish on the UK, but I'm not that bullish. I think that probably, there is some scope there for closing the gap a little bit between the UK and Germany. But overall, I wouldn't be entirely confident. I mean, there's still a sizable gap to go. And I think probably people that are saying that it's only assumption that the Eurozone is in this permanent recession and that it's not going to get itself out. But we've already seen some quite good signs in Europe in quarter two this year and in quarter three. I know the growth isn't very great, and obviously there's this wide disparity between what's happening maybe in Germany and France relative to what's happening in Spain or Italy. So there is some disparity between that. But I still, I'm quite confident the German economy. They're great in terms of their productivity, their competitiveness. They have a very big manufacturing base. And I suppose if you look into the long term, the UK is trying to grow and rebuild its manufacturing base, but it's still a peripheral country. It's still going to have those added costs for exports. And it's, the fact that it's outside the EU, I mean, Europe or Germany will not have transaction costs if it exports within the EU region. So in the long term, I can see why things might be quite more competitive for Germany. So I'm not that bullish on the UK. I don't see it happening for quite some time if it does ever overtake Germany.
Angela, thank you so much for that, and thanks for joining me on the line today. And that's all we have time for now, but do check back for the many data updates and interviews throughout the day. Bye for now.